What does it mean for leadership and picking the right people or guiding your company to success in a time of change? And by the way, change isn't new, right? Industrial Revolution was a long time ago. It's the pace of change and the transparency of communication that challenges leadership in a way it's never been challenged before. So part of the way that our business is changing is it's as much science as art to pick the right people. And I think historically our business said, trust us, here's 4 great people, we found them. We can't tell you the secrets how we found them, but we found them. And now, of course, could you have ever imagined that 350 million people would put their resumes in the public domain, right? So information is a commodity. So part of what we're doing in helping pick people is looking at diagnostic testing as well as the interview phase. And you read the thing about stock prices that the past performance of a stock does not predict future performance. Well, the opposite is true of human beings. Past behavior does predict future behavior. So if you look at leaders, let's look holistically at change. Talk about CEOs, talk about the executive team, and then the culture of the company. So we looked at chief executives of tremendously successful companies. We interviewed them and put them through our diagnostic testing and said, what's different about them versus other operating executives? And it came to 3 buckets: forward-thinking, intrepid, which we mean is action-oriented, and team building. But fundamentally, as you can see up here, the biggest thing was they took risk. And at a time of change, what do you have to do? You got to take risk. Secondly, was they were action-oriented. They didn't have all the information. They took action when they had to make a decision. And third, they were excelled at reading others or forming executive teams to keep action moving. Fundamentally, companies that are able to successfully manage through this will be the most successful. And you can look now, there's all sorts of data. I won't repeat it here. It's not what we do. But the companies that will make that change look at how leaders fit in, look at how cultures evolve, and look at what success will be like. So we talk about that, and you say, great, Clarke. So what does it mean to me? How do I run one of those companies, or how do I lead one of those companies to great success? First of all, the ability to understand where your industry's going, and in a moment of time where we're beaten down and we got to get it done today, we got to get it done today, we got to get it done today, you got to lift your head up and talk to other people so you can compare notes on where you think businesses are going, how markets are evolving. So get out of your box, and whether it's Bain, BCG, McKinsey, whether it's the analysts who analyze the companies, you've got to be able to connect dots of where you see your business going or external forces are bringing upon you. Number 2, who do you turn to learn? You should have, each of you, at least 2 mentors who sit on boards, preferably in multiple industries, that are helping you step outside your company and think about what change is happening. It may be changes in supply chain, changes in technology. It doesn't have to be robotics. It could be distribution. And as a leader, there's incredible amounts of data that say the companies that seek change have the highest retention rates in their industries. People want to be with a winner. And so the ability to engage your executive team and your peers in what are we seeing, what are we fearing, how do we go after it, energizes cultures, it energizes people. So do you take the time to reflect and look outside? Do you have people you turn to who are in other industries or have more experience than you do? Do you have the transparency of the discussion to show your leadership? Because the greatest thing about change is fear. And if you can overcome the fear, or at least address it, then part of the resistance to change comes through very quickly.
When you have to pick a leader, this is your core competence, what does your gut feeling tell you? When do you know that you actually have the right candidate?
Right. First of all, I would say the gut is always right, even when you have all the diagnostic tools that we talked about.
Yes.
And I think you look at several things. One is technical and the competencies we talk about, but the other is fit. There's an old expression that you hire for skill, but you fire because of fit. So fundamentally understanding that a person's going to fit into the culture of where the company wants to go, and that their desire for push and drive meets that of the company. So to me, if you assume at one level the technical skills and tick the boxes, it's more important about the fit of where the company wants to go.